everyone, it's Tania Gabrielle here, Wealth Astro-Numerologist. Welcome to Star Codes. This is the podcast where we look at an upcoming celestial event in the stars and numbers, focusing on the astrology and numerology and getting insights so that we can stay uplifted and have a bird's eye view on the event. In this case, it is Uranus square Saturn. And if that rings a bell, it's because, yes, all through last year, we had this transit between Uranus and Saturn activated 3 times on February 17th, June 14th, and December 24th. And usually that's it, 3 times with the retrograde, but one more time we're going to be experiencing this incredible square between Uranus and Saturn, and that is between October 4th and 6th. Now, the thing is, we're feeling it already because these are slow-moving planets, and it will stay active all through the rest of 2022. So, in essence, it's been a 2-year transit that's coming to a head one last time at 18 degrees Taurus for Uranus and 18 degrees in Aquarius for Saturn. And they'll literally be merging not at exactitude, but 37 minutes apart, which is about half a degree. And so it really is actually very pronounced. When these 2 planets are in a square, which creates a tension that needs to be resolved through action, it is all about discovering, going on a freedom quest to experience and consciously engage your divine inner spark. So Saturn symbolizes progress that is slow moving, it is methodical, it is filled with patience, it is earthy and grounded, and there's limitation because you need to set boundaries, there's stamina, there's restriction, and of course, responsibility. And Saturn represents the past. Uranus, on the other hand, represents the future. It's fast moving. It governs the higher mind, freedom, inspiration, soul group connections, breakthroughs, revolution, and exploration. So Uranus is all about the new invention and seeing into the future. So while Saturn is practical and slow, Uranus is inquisitive and quick. So Saturn square Uranus challenges you to accept inspiration as your inner guidance system and put it into practice. So accepting the inspiration as your inner guidance system is truly the key, and putting it into practice is what's going to set you free. So to help you with that, I recently created a free masterclass that literally addresses how to activate your inner guidance system. It's called How to Master Your Stars, the Truth About Taking Your Power Back. And you can get instant access at spiritualmasteryclass.com. So what we go over in this class is the secret to spiritual mastery, the importance of your rising sign, the difference between individuality and uniqueness, and this is really a very important part of the awakening, and how your natal sun and natal moon have a profound impact on living your most fulfilling, abundant life, as well as how to instantly connect with Source. And of course, a lot of different secret spiritual tools are revealed in this masterclass. So just go to spiritualmasteryclass.com when you get a chance. It's really worth your time. So energetically, right now, there's a huge influx of energy, not just astrologically, but literally physically from the sun as well. There have been a lot of solar flares, as you may know. They're building, and the galaxies that surround us also play a part. They are also creating a sense of forward momentum, and it's almost like, imagine a drain that's draining things from your sink, whatever it is, vegetables, whatever it is, and you're looking at it and it moves faster and faster, and there's a funnel in that drain, and you're at the center of that right now. So it's almost like being the center of a hurricane while the hurricane is happening. And if you're not in that center, then you're being basically out of control. You feel imbalanced. So getting into the center of the vortex that is turning is the key to really staying at peace. So you have to go to the flow in order to just function. But we have a lot of resistance to that as well, because the analogy of the drain is that things are being drained away, washed away, going down the drain. And so we don't necessarily want that. We prefer our life to go on as it has, as best as we can manage. So this is really a crucial moment to upgrading humanity, upgrading planet Earth. And of course, it's not easy, because washing away means letting go and accepting things like you never have before. And that can be a challenging prospect if you want stability and security at all costs. So the key is that inner security will keep you in a place of groundedness and stability. So really the paradox is, in the midst of all these changes that Uranus square Saturn totally epitomizes, right? Breaking away from the past, embracing the future, but going through a revolution that's really personal. It's internal at the same time. So the paradox is you're in this energy that seems like, oh my God, is it ever going to settle down? While you can still remain calm, serene, at peace, and grounded. And so that's really the key, because it's like somebody who, in an emergency, is able to step up and rescue someone. And it's not to say that you're in a constant state of emergency, but it is to say that you are in that place so that when things do get tumultuous, you're still able to be in that very calm place, so you can think clearly and act from a place of true inspiration. So consider this a time where, yes, there is a really big shift going on that you could call an emergency, but not one that brings fear, but one that is helping you to emerge. The true inner divine spark to emerge. So we're taking that word emergency and we're seeing it for what it is. So it is an emergency for us to emerge, right? If you look at emergency, it's the emerging part that we want to emphasize. We are all emerging from a long cycle, much longer than we may realize. And it feels very foreign to rise up and emerge from this cycle. Like there's no way to know what are the rules. It seems like all the rules are out the window, like anything goes. And that creates a sense of emergency, but it's a spiritual emergency. It is truly that we are emerging from and moving into something completely indescribable. It is stunning to behold, and it is felt here. It is not coming to us from the external. So we can't keep looking for it in the people that we are holding accountable or who have positions of power that we are saying need to change. We cannot go there anymore. We literally are creating this emergence inside of us. So when we emerge, it's like being born, and it's coming out of the mother's womb and taking a first breath. And like, where are we? We're in a new body, and we have to learn how to communicate and basically breathe and eat and be in this new world. And that's the emerging itself. So we are now in the birth canal, literally about to take our first breaths. And as we go through these next couple years, because of the astrology, I can tell you that moving through 2023 and 2024 is really going to be the key, the crescendo into the emergence. And then know that things take time. Saturn is letting us know, be patient, because it takes people tuning into the energy to accept and to recognize that there is a shift, even if they don't call it that. Whether they know it unconsciously or consciously, they are aware that something is different. That they don't have to do things the same way, that they don't have to be in such a relationship look at money the same way, look at health the same way, look at their home and family the same way. They don't have to approach the big and the small things the way they did before and know that it can be different. And for example, when you eat, what you eat, how you eat, all of those are up for grabs now. This is just an example, the transformation, right? So it's all designed by you, how you want to emerge from this super long cycle. And if we look at also the 18-degree mark that this final square is happening at between Saturn and Uranus, 18 degrees is like waking up from a dream. So you can either be still in that place of illusion with the number 18, or you can be in the place of Christ consciousness. And so this is really important. And Christ consciousness is not a religious meaning. It literally is just a state of being. That's how I'm using the actual description. So in order to be available to that way of the internal shift, you have to release a dependency on what feels comfortable. And again, that's Saturn, right? So that's the past, Saturn. And you've experienced it before, it's your comfort level, and you want to just re-engage with that over and over again because it's familiar, right? We want to stay with what we know. I mean, that's very human. Now, it's not working anymore. In many ways, you can try, but there's always going to be this missing link, like something's not fulfilling you and something's not quite right. And the missing link is always to be present in your heart, so you're not in the past or in the future. You're not regurgitating something that you know to be true based on past experience, but you're allowing the presence of being here to inspire you, that divine spark. That becomes the experience, right? That becomes the acceptance. That becomes the change. And it's actually really cool. It's really wonderful. And that's when you discover, oh my gosh, I really like this. This feels super good. Let's try that again. Or let's just be free to explore in this way, be open again and again and again. And then that becomes a habit. And so you're really taking this journey of constant change. And truly that is the journey that needs to be embraced now. There's no other way to actually be present and in a way that is at peace and grounded unless we keep going back here and living only in the moment without a previous, guidebook, but literally we're being guided by spirit. We're being guided by source. Now, there is something that creates challenges to get to this place, and that is the distractions in our life. So it's like an escape, right? It's like a drug. So we don't want to escape. Escaping, again, is not being present in the heart. We want to emerge. So in order to emerge, like a flower that emerges from a plant or an initial seed, we need to face the sun. We need to drink in the rainwater and be open to it. So symbolically, that can't happen when our mind is closed because of all the data and info that's overwhelming us. It's like an overload. And we literally are entertaining our way out of being emerging. The emergence itself is being slowed down due to our inability to just be present. I'm talking about when you literally give your power away to other forces who have created something that entertains and distracts and is done that way to put you out of your misery, which of course is of your own making. So that's really unconsciously what is going on. But of course, it doesn't deal with the misery to escape it. It just masks it. So these masks are being taken off by Uranus right now. And the pace of integrating that big shift within each of us can slow down because of these distractions. So be aware of that and cut the cords. Anytime you engage with anything, any info, any person, whether it's a video, an article, a text, a call with a friend, it doesn't matter. You need to cut the cords so that you're in your body again and completely present in your life, because it's all energy in the end, right? That's what we are emanating. That's what we engage with. So this is important for any connection that we forge. We don't want to get entangled in other people's energy, whether we know them or not. We want to be free and we want to feel light. So it's like a balloon that is tethered to the ground, and in order for it to fly up, we need to cut those cords, and then we actually are set free. So we want to cut those cords literally and figuratively. Cut the cords to gain a big perspective, a big vision. And this goes for anything that we do. And one really good way for you to move away from these distractions is laughter. So laughing brings you back into your body. Smiling does too. So this is a very important thing. If you have something that makes you smile, a picture of a kitten, a photo of one of your pets, right? This is really important. That's just one example. And another way is nature. Getting into nature is so grounding, so liberating. It liberates us from our mind because we are engaging with the beauty of Mother Earth. Of course, meditation in any way is absolutely vital, and that can be done in a gazillion different ways. So you literally know how to get calm and grounded. You do things that bring you here into the present moment where it feels timeless. And that's so important right now. When you address those things that really have an impact on you energetically, like the food you eat, what you drink, whatever it is, put that really wonderful joy into your life and embody that lightness. That is the Christ consciousness, where you embody what your divine spark is, so that life is magical. It feels like anything is possible. So clean eating, clean living, simple living, being in nature, appreciating everything and everyone when they are in front of you in that moment, and appreciating everything you've created and blessing it. Appreciating everything you receive and blessing it. Blessing the people, blessing your friends. That's simple living, but it requires unplugging and disconnecting from all those distractions, especially online or your phone, so that you can get into the heart, so you can get out of your thoughts. So this is a really important part of the shift, is honoring and taking responsibility for what you're focusing on, what you're thinking about, how you speak, how you live your life, what you ingest in your temple, your physical body, and how you do anything. And then taking that responsibility, Saturn will set you free, Uranus. And that is really the core message of Uranus square Saturn. And again, to help you with that is my new free masterclass, How to Master Your Stars, the truth about taking your power back. And you can go watch that at spiritualmasteryclass.com and get all those wonderful insights that really will help you get grounded and just feel clear and not get caught up in all the distractions. So I wish you a beautiful next couple of weeks as we move in earnest into Uranus square Saturn, and just have a wonderful time exploring your inner divine spark in everything that you do. So sending you lots and lots of love, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.